All right, so here we are, day 5. Now, yoga is a connection of the mind, body, and breath. And so we've already covered breath, and we covered the body. Now we're going to go into working with the mind. Now, our mind is a crazy thing, and it's one of the biggest challenges that we have as humans is to be in stillness, to be present, to be. So today's practice is yoga for the mind. So we're going to go into what we call Shavasana. Now, Shavasana is a relaxation practice that you can use. Now, if laying on your back is not available for you today, that's okay. But typically what we do when we come into Shavasana is we lay in what we call corpse pose. So I'm going to just show a demonstration. Typically, I have my feet to the outer edges of my mat and I release down. So sometimes you want to bend into those knees and allow the legs to then release down. And you might open those palms away from the body and just allow the shoulder blades to come flat to the mat. Now, making sure that you're supported in any areas that you may need that support. So if you have back issues, you may want to keep those knees slightly bent, but I encourage you to have something under the knees to support you so that you're able to really let go. So allow yourself to get as comfortable as possible. Now, you could always take yourself into a seated pose and just lightly close the eyes if you prefer. And I'm going to guide you. I'm going to give you some suggestions. They're merely suggestions to doing what you feel is best for you. But hopefully in today's practice, I'm going to guide you so that you can let go of all the busyness. Let go of all the racing that happens within the mind. All the decisions and all the things that we need to do and all the things that just build up within our mind. So as you lay there, just noticing the points that are connected to the body, to the earth. And just noticing where the hands are connected, where the head is touching your mat. Notice if the shoulder blades are flat to the earth. Noticing the glutes connected. Maybe areas of the back are connected. Maybe the thighs, hips, calf muscles, or heels, maybe the ankles are even touching. Just noticing all the points within the body, just working your way slowly, just being aware. We're going to take our attention to our breath. Would it be okay to draw the breath in through the nose and out through the mouth? In through the nose and just releasing out through the mouth. One more time. And out through the mouth. Now, would it be okay for the remaining of our breaths to come in through the nose and out through the nose? Now, if this isn't physically possible for you today, that's absolutely okay, doing what you need in order to draw that breath out in and release it. But just if it's okay to breathe through the nose, taking our practice that way. Now, as things and thoughts, because they're going to come, as they come to the mind, acknowledge them. Don't try to push them away, just acknowledge them, thank them, and then come back to the breath. Following that breath all the way in releasing that breath all the way out. Following that breath all the way in. Noticing if you're able to draw that breath down to the belly. Drawing that breath in and releasing the breath out. On the next breath, we're going to follow the start of the breath, past the nose and nostrils, down the back of the throat, to the lungs, to the belly, noticing the small pause before you begin that exhale. Releasing that exhale all the way out, following it all the way to its end. And again, noticing the small pause between the next inhale. Continuing to follow that breath in and out, noticing the pauses between the exhales and inhales. Releasing everything else. Now, if there happens to be noise around you, allow it to be part of your practice. Although we're aiming for silence and stillness, it's okay if it's there. Or you might be having a fight with the body to relax. Just focus on the breath. Let it go. Relax at the head, and the hair, and the scalp, and the forehead, and the brows. All the tiny muscles within the face, just let them go. Checking in with the jaw, are we holding a clench here? If so, would it be okay to release that clench? Coming down the throat and the side of the neck and down the back of the neck. Again, releasing any tension that as women we tend to hold in our shoulders and in our neck. Let that go. Let it all go. Breathe into that area if the tension remains and allow it to go back to the earth. Give it away. Imagine the arms becoming heavier and more relaxed as they work down from the shoulder to the elbow, and from the elbow to the wrist, and all the fingers and thumb on each hand relaxing. A deep breath fills the chest, release the chest, release the back, release the hips and the glutes. The legs begin to feel heavier and more relaxed. And for some of you, you may be noticing waves or warmth or tingling as we relax down to the rest of the body, down towards the ankles. And if you're not feeling that, that's okay. Release down all the way to the tips of our toes. Do a little body scan, checking to see if we've been able to relax all areas, and if not, maybe just breathe into that area that's not relaxed. We need to give the body permission to let go. Allow the breath to help us. We'll draw a nice big breath in here again. Let that breath go. Another nice big breath. The body feels heavier and more relaxed. It is here in this stillness that healing and relaxation happens. It is here where sometimes we may receive certain messages from that higher power. It is here where we often can find the answers we need. We'll take a nice big breath. Bring that all the way down to the tips of our toes. The toes, a little wiggle and jiggle. You can move the fingers here as well. You can roll over onto your side, just making your way up to seated nice and slow. Take your time on your side if you like. And pressing up, coming into that tall seated spine. We'll draw the hands to the heart and the thumb to the sternum. And namaste. And there we have a beautiful practice that helps to relax, and I hope that you feel relaxed. I hope that you were able to enjoy that. And I know that when we first start this practice, if you are new to this, that it can be challenging, that it can be hard, and just know that that's part of the practice. And the more we do it, sometimes the easier it becomes. And even though I've been practicing for years, sometimes that's still a struggle for me. So I thank you for being a part of this 5-day yoga challenge. I hope that you've enjoyed it. And I got something more for you, so make sure you turn in.